Chosen one, the waiting is over. That whisper you heard in the silence of your prayers, that promise that seemed too distant to touch, that vision that visited you in the sacred hours before dawn, it wasn't your imagination, it was prophecy. And today, right now, as your eyes scan these words, heaven is declaring, what I promised is no longer coming. It has arrived. This is not another message of hope deferred. This is the announcement of manifestation. The thing God told you about, the breakthrough you've been carrying in your spirit like a sealed envelope, the transformation that seemed perpetually one step away. It's here. Not tomorrow, not next season. Today, right now, in this very moment. You felt it this morning, didn't you? That shift in the atmosphere, that strange electricity in the air. Your spirit has been restless, not with anxiety, but with anticipation. Like a woman in her 9th month feeling the first contractions, you've been sensing the movement of something ready to be born. The dreams have intensified. The signs have multiplied. The confirmations have been relentless. And now, chosen one, the divine alarm clock is ringing. What was prophesied in secret is about to be displayed in public. What was whispered in darkness is about to shine in broad daylight. Listen closely, because this moment requires your full attention. Years ago, maybe decades ago, God planted something in your spirit. It might have come through a dream so vivid you woke up with tears streaming down your face. It might have arrived through a word spoken by a stranger who knew nothing about your situation, but spoke directly to your soul. It might have been downloaded into your consciousness during a moment of worship when heaven opened and you saw your future self living in a reality that seemed impossible from where you stood. That seed, that word, that vision, it never died. Even when circumstances mocked it, even when time seemed to betray it, even when everyone, including yourself at times, doubted its validity. It remained alive, germinating in the soil of your faith, waiting for this exact moment to break through the surface. Jeremiah 1:12 declares, I am watching over my word to perform it. God has been the guardian of his promise to you. While you slept, he stayed awake, nurturing what he planted. While you worried, he worked. While you wondered if you heard correctly, he was orchestrating every detail, moving every piece into position, aligning every star, preparing every heart, opening every door that needed to open, closing every door that needed to close. The divine choreography has been flawless. Even when the dance seemed chaotic to your natural eyes, you've been through the wilderness, chosen one. 40 years compressed into what felt like 400. The preparation was brutal because the promise is powerful. You weren't just being prepared to receive something. You were being prepared to steward something that will shift atmospheres, transform territories, and rewrite narratives. The crushing wasn't cruelty. It was cultivation. The isolation wasn't abandonment. It was consecration. The delays weren't denials. They were divine timing in action. Every tear was collected. Every prayer was recorded. Every act of faith was noted. Psalm 56:8 confirms, you have collected all my tears in your bottle. Are they not in your book? But here's what changes today. The season of preparation has officially closed. The University of Adversity has issued your diploma. The refining fire has completed its work. You are not the same person who received the original promise. You've been upgraded, fortified, equipped with wisdom that can only come from wrestling with angels in the dark. You've developed spiritual muscles from carrying burdens that should have broken you. You've cultivated discernment from navigating betrayals that should have made you bitter. You've gained authority from surviving battles that should have been your end. And that, chosen one, is exactly why it's happening now. Not a moment too soon, not a second too late. What God told you is manifesting in forms you didn't expect. It's bigger than what you imagined because your imagination was limited by your pain. It's broader than what you envisioned because your vision was restricted by your past. It's arriving through doors you didn't know existed, carried by people you haven't met yet, funded by resources that are being released from heavenly treasuries that have been reserved for this moment. The transfer is happening in the spiritual realm first, but the physical evidence is already beginning to materialize. Check your atmosphere. Check your inbox. Check your connections. Something has shifted. Someone is thinking about you right now who has the power to change everything. A door that was welded shut is creaking open. A heart that was hardened toward you is softening. A resource that was locked is being released. This is what immediate manifestation looks like. It doesn't always arrive with fanfare and trumpets. Sometimes it comes quietly, like a check in the mail you weren't expecting, a phone call from someone you'd written off, an opportunity disguised as a casual conversation, a sudden download of clarity that reorganizes everything you thought you knew. Isaiah 48:3 declares, "I declared the former things long ago. They came out of my mouth and I proclaimed them. Suddenly I acted and they came to pass." That word "suddenly" is your portion today. After years of gradually, finally comes suddenly. Your enemies are confused right now. They can't understand the smile on your face when nothing in the natural has visibly changed yet. They don't know that you've already received the telegram from heaven. They don't realize that the verdict has been reversed. The sentence has been commuted. The prison doors are swinging open. While they're still planning your demise, heaven is planning your parade. While they're still spreading rumors about your failure, God is preparing platforms for your testimony. Psalm 23:5 is activating, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies." Let me tell you what's actually happening in precise detail. That business idea you've been nursing, the funding is being discussed in a boardroom you're not in yet. That healing you've been believing for, the breakthrough is traveling through your bloodstream as we speak. That relationship you've been praying about, hearts are being prepared, paths are being cleared, divine intersections are being scheduled. That ministry you've been carrying, the people who need it are being gathered, the platforms are being prepared, the influence is being allocated. That creative project you've been hiding, the market is being prepared to receive it, the audience is being assembled, the impact is being measured in heaven. But here's the critical part. Chosen one. This manifestation requires your participation. Faith without works is dead, James 2:26 reminds us. What God is releasing requires you to position yourself correctly. First, release the past completely. You cannot enter this new dimension carrying old grudges, expired pain, or outdated versions of yourself. Forgive everyone, including yourself. Not because they deserve it, but because your future requires it. Your hands must be empty to receive what's coming. Second, speak differently starting today. Your words have been creating your world. If you keep speaking lack while abundance is knocking, you're sending mixed signals to the universe. Align your confession with heaven's declaration. Stop rehearsing what went wrong and start declaring what's going right. Third, move in faith before you see the full manifestation. Abraham left before he knew where he was going. Moses stretched out his rod before the sea split. The priest stepped into the Jordan before it parted. Your step of faith is the key that unlocks the manifestation. That email you've been afraid to send, send it. That application you've been hesitating to submit, submit it. That conversation you've been avoiding, have it. That investment you've been prompted to make it. Heaven is waiting for your corresponding action. This is not prosperity gospel. This is prophetic alignment. God isn't a vending machine, but He is a promise keeper. What's happening isn't because you earned it through perfect behavior. It's happening because the fullness of time has come. Galatians 4:4 speaks of, when the fullness of time had come, God sent forth His Son. Your fullness of time has arrived. Every second of waiting was necessary. Every moment of preparation was required. But now the hourglass has turned, the calendar has aligned, the cosmic clock has struck your hour. You might be wondering why now? Why after all this time? Because, chosen one, what you're about to birth will affect generations. What you're about to build will shelter thousands. What you're about to speak will awaken millions. What you're about to create will shift culture. What you're about to demonstrate will restore faith in those who lost it. This wasn't just about blessing you. It was about positioning you as a distribution center for heaven's resources. You're not just a recipient. You're a pipeline. You're not just blessed. You're commissioned to be a blessing. The transfer of wealth that's occurring isn't just financial. Its influence, wisdom, connections, platforms, opportunities, and authority. Proverbs 13:22 declares, "The wealth of the sinner is stored up for the righteous. Warehouses are being emptied into your account. Not just bank accounts, but opportunity accounts, influence accounts, wisdom accounts, favor accounts. What others stored through corruption is being transferred to you for kingdom purposes. What was gained through injustice is being redistributed through divine justice." I need you to understand the magnitude of this moment. This isn't a minor adjustment. It's a major overturn. You're not just moving to a new level, you're entering a new dimension. The rules are different here. What was impossible in the old season is normal in this one. What required enormous effort before will now flow effortlessly. Doors that required battering rams to open will now swing open at your approach. Mountains that took years to climb will now move at your command. This is the realm of acceleration, where time bends to heaven's purpose, where resources multiply beyond mathematics, where influence expands beyond explanation. Your testimony is about to become so powerful that people will struggle to believe it's true. They'll say it's too good to be true, too sudden to be real, too dramatic to be God, but you'll know. You'll remember these words. You'll remember this moment when heaven invaded earth on your behalf. You'll remember when God said it was coming and then declared it was here. Document everything. Write down what happens in the next 7 days, the next 30 days, the next 90 days. You're going to need evidence for the skeptics, proof for the doubters, receipts for the haters. But more importantly, you're going to need reminders for yourself when the next level brings new battles. Let me speak to the specific areas where manifestation is immediate. Your health, that diagnosis is being revised. Healing virtue is flowing through your body right now, repairing what was damaged, restoring what was lost, reversing what seemed permanent. Your finances, new streams are opening. Not trickling streams, but rushing rivers. Multiple sources of income are converging. Opportunities to generate wealth are presenting themselves in unusual ways. Your relationships, divine connections are being activated. People who will change your life are being directed toward you. Some are already in your life, but their true role is about to be revealed. Others are strangers today, but will be essential tomorrow. Your purpose, the confusion, is clearing. The path is becoming visible. What seemed like random experiences are revealing themselves as perfect preparation. Your calling isn't changing, it's clarifying. Your gifts aren't new, they're being unleashed. Your career shifts are happening. Promotions that seemed impossible are becoming inevitable. Positions that didn't exist are being created for you. Industries you never considered are opening doors. Your creativity, the block is breaking. Ideas are flowing like rivers after rain. Solutions to problems you've wrestled with for years are suddenly obvious. Innovations that will disrupt industries are being downloaded into your spirit. But here's the warning, chosen one. With great manifestation comes great responsibility. The enemy isn't sleeping through your breakthrough. He's mobilizing confusion, distraction, and temptation. He'll try to make you sabotage your own blessing through pride, fear, or impatience. He'll send people to discourage you just when encouragement is crucial. He'll orchestrate chaos to make you think God has abandoned you just when He's most present. Stay vigilant. Stay humble. Stay focused. 1 Peter 5:8 warns, "Be sober-minded, be watchful." Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. The manifestation is protected by your consecration. Don't compromise now. Don't lower your standards when the pressure intensifies. Don't abandon your prayer life when the blessings multiply. Don't neglect your spiritual disciplines when natural success accelerates. The same God who brought you to this moment will sustain you through it, but partnership is required. He'll provide the power. You must provide the position. He'll provide the blessing. You must provide the character to carry it. Start expecting unusual favor. People will favor you without knowing why. Opportunities will choose you over more qualified candidates. Resources will find you without you searching. Solutions will present themselves without struggle. This is the season of divine ease, where what used to be hard becomes simple, where what used to be impossible becomes inevitable. But ease doesn't mean absence of effort. It means effort empowered by grace. You'll work, but not strive. You'll push, but not strain. You'll pursue, but not chase. The difference is the oil of anointing that makes the yoke easy and the burden light. Your praise needs to begin before the full manifestation becomes visible. Praise is the midwife of miracles. It creates the atmosphere for acceleration. It builds the highway for heaven's delivery. Begin thanking God now for what's already done in the Spirit but not yet seen in the natural. Thank Him for the specific things He told you. Call them by name. Speak to them as if they're present. This isn't denial of reality. It's declaration of a higher reality. You're not pretending. You're prophesying. You're not lying. You're aligning with heaven's truth. The next 3 days are crucial. What happens in the next 72 hours will set the trajectory for the next 3 years. Pay attention to everything. Every conversation could carry codes. Every encounter could be an angel in disguise. Every opportunity, no matter how small it seems, could be the door to your destiny. Don't despise small beginnings. The mustard seed of today is the mountain-moving tree of tomorrow. What looks insignificant to others is significant to heaven. Joseph's dream seemed small. David's slingshot seemed inadequate. Mary's yes seemed simple. But they all changed history. I'm seeing acceleration in the Spirit. What should take years will take months. What should take months will take weeks. What should take weeks will take days. You're entering a time warp of favor where kingdom advancement operates at kingdom speed. The normal laws of progression are being suspended for divine intervention. This is what Joel 2:25 means. I will restore to you the years that the swarming locust has eaten. Time is being redeemed. Years are being recovered. Opportunities are being recycled. Nothing was ultimately lost. It was just being held in heaven's escrow, accumulating interest, waiting for this moment of mass distribution. Remember this day. Mark it in your calendar. This is the day everything shifted. This is the moment the tide turned. This is when what was promised became present. You might not see all the evidence today, but in 90 days, you'll look back and recognize this as the pivot point. In a year, you'll barely recognize your life. In 3 years, you'll be living in a reality that currently exists only in your dreams. This isn't motivation. This is prophecy. This isn't hype. This is heaven's announcement. Chosen one, rise up. Stand tall. Walk differently. You're not the same person who started reading this message. You've been upgraded in the Spirit. You've been downloaded with new authority. You've been equipped with fresh anointing. The oil is dripping from your head to your feet, consecrating every step, sanctifying every decision, authenticating every word. You're walking in a new dimension of glory. The weight of it might make you feel unusual. The power of it might make you feel unstable initially. But you'll adjust. You'll acclimate. You'll learn to carry the weight of glory without being crushed by it. Your intercession has been heard. Your faithfulness has been recorded. Your endurance has been rewarded. The books of heaven are being opened, and your name is being called for promotion, for honor, for distinction, for assignment, for commissioning, for launching, for establishing, for flourishing. What God told you wasn't a suggestion. It was a decree. What He promised wasn't a possibility. It was a certainty. And now, today, in this sacred moment, heaven declares, it is finished. The waiting is over. The manifestation has begun. What He told you is here. Walk in it. Receive it. Steward it. Multiply it. Testify about it. The latter shall be greater than the former. Your end shall be better than your beginning. What's coming will eclipse what's been. If this message resonates in your spirit, if you feel the witness of the Holy Spirit confirming these words, type, "It's here," in agreement. Let heaven record your faith. Let earth witness your declaration. You are chosen, and what God told you is no longer coming. It has arrived. Welcome to your new season. Welcome to your manifestation. Welcome to your now.